That should do it. Okay. No. That's it for tonight. Okay, thanks. All right, thanks. Mhm. Da, da, da. All right. The live pre-show 3 minutes before showtime. And come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. You're welcome in this house. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
We've currently got Johnnie J in the house. We got Alan Colvin in the house. Good morning,
Yes,
good afternoon,
give
good
us
evening.
your thoughts about Christmas. Is a part of what we're going to be talking about tonight.
What is today? This is day 4 of Hanukkah or day 5, somewhere around there.
Something says something. Somebody just said something. Let me read my text here. Let's see. I'll make sure I'm on air.
You're here.
Can you hear me, Alan? Let's see. I gotta see what.
Yep, I hear you fine. Do you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me, Johnny?
Can you hear me, Alan?
I can hear you fine. It doesn't sound like you can hear me. Oh, my audio's unmuted.
Okay. Alan, speak. Oh, and let me see what this text. I just got a text. Let me see what this says. Read my text.
Read my text. Can you hear me, Johnny?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for being a blessing at the filming today, and really appreciate you. And we'll talk tomorrow.
Hey, all right.
We're going to talk about that too.
All right. Can you hear me?
Send. All right. Now I see you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Send. Okay, Alan, I know you're there. No. Okay. Well, let's see. I see Alan there. Okay. Let me text Alan. Text Alan. Alan Colvin. Text Alan Colvin. I see you're in the room, but you're not saying anything. Can you hear me?
You already start your show. I need help with TV.
Okay. Send. Okay. Yeah, because I see. Yes.
Because I need help with TV.
You need help with TV. Oh shoot.
It's very fast.
No, I need to get Alan talking here. It's be very interesting. Alan. Yeah, I need Alan to be able to take over while I do this other thing.
I need ding.
Oh, see, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. I think, Alan, can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Alan? I'm going to figure out why he can't hear me. Alan. Oh. Hmm.
Johnny, you will be help me.
Oh, shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't get Alan up for a second.
Hey,
Oh, there you are.
hey,
Hey.
whoa, that's weird, dude. I can hear you fine, and I was speaking and you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
And then I
Hey.
sent you a text to that effect.
Hey, could you talk for a little bit? My wife needs me
You
to
betcha.
interrupt the show and do something for a second.
You
Hold on for
betcha.
a second.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. You are joining us on innervisionfm.com. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll get the stuff squared and figured out. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the Christmas season. We're going to talk about specifically what sort of season we're in with regard to political correctness. We're going to talk a little bit about different holidays that are celebrated throughout the world. We're going to talk about, just a lot of things, folks. We're going to have lots of fun. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, do join us because we've got a special live stream from Berthoud, Colorado. And we're going to be live streaming from the Cornerstone Cafe, a band which is called Drifter. And Johnny, you are back?
I am back.
All right.
Oh man, I gotta say, today we did that interview today, and you never know what they're gonna get out of the stuff. One of the questions I like that was asked today, it was towards the end. They said, what would be the advice that you would give like a up and coming artist? And all I could think was, don't sign anything unless you know what is in it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, folks. There's lots of fine print out there in the contracts, and you can literally end up signing away thousands upon thousands of dollars in royalties just to maybe get your name up there in lights. Whereas if you were to hold out a little bit and things, why, so the basic premise is to go ahead and read everything before you sign it. That goes for anything legal, not just in music, but in all things. That's software agreements that extends to your iPhone or other device, but it also, everything is all about contracts these days.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So buyer beware, read between the lines and read the small print before you sign. So yeah, I thought that would do work. And so I'd like to thank Dwayne Gold for coming out today. And keep D'Angelo T in prayer. He's between houses and things of that sort. So keep him up in prayer. I thought I had a job for him to do, but he had to sell his recording equipment. So,
oh my.
So things are going on. People, I guess you can't appreciate the good times unless you go through the hard times.
That's another piece of advice that should really be put out there, especially for musicians and recording artists that are just starting out there. Stay with it and hit it, as our buddy James Brown would always say. And mainly, you cannot go through the good times without hitting a few snags every now and then. Just keep pushing forward, folks. The only way is forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. And this is, the beginning of the season for the reason for the season of Christmas. And I was just thinking like thoughts about Christmas. And do you remember like when you were a kid and how excited you were when that time? I don't know. Were you excited around that time?
Always.
Oh, okay.
Always.
Sorry, because guys, I got to zoom everybody. I was talking to this Jewish lady, and I said I was talking about Christmas, and then I didn't know, right? And I said, well, what do you do on Christmas? She said, well, I'm Jewish. I don't do anything.
Yeah. Shout out to our
So
Jewish brothers and sisters out there. We're sitting
yeah,
on
happy
day,
Hanukkah. The
yeah,
third,
we're day 5 or day.
I
I'm real bad at that, but
think 3 or 4
4.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah, day 4 of Hanukkah. So, we want to shout out to our Jewish
yeah.
friends and
Shalom.
Shalom. Yes.
Yes.
And also happy Kwanzaa to those that may be celebrating that as well. There's
Yeah.
lots of different national, international type holidays and that kind of thing. So, I mean, yes, we do want to put out there, yeah, it's a reason for the season. It's Christmas. It's the birth of Christ. And of course, because things are the way that they are, not everybody celebrates the birth of Christ
Mhm.
in the same way. And some people don't have the knowledge of Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. And that's okay, because whereas, the Lord, the Father God, wants everybody to be saved, certainly, everybody's on a different part of the path until they get to that place where they do accept their Lord and Savior as Jesus Christ. But
Mm.
there's lots of stuff out there. I mean, there's lots of cool winter festivals. There's
Mhm.
light. There's the trees. And hey, do you know where the Christmas tree came from?
Mm, no, I don't.
Well, from what I understand, I guess there were some pagan holidays associated with it, and different folks out there believed in these woodland creatures. Um, some would call them elves and things like this. It got all mixed up over the past hundreds and hundreds of years, but these little creatures lived in the trees and this kind of thing, and it kind of got its original roots with the Christmas tree, with these woodland creatures and elves and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you got Santa Claus going on, and then you got Krampus, who is a evil version of Santa Claus, and he does all kinds of evil things. Instead of giving gifts and things, he takes things away.
Yeah, and I like I said, I like to think about it. Some of the jokes I hear, like these comedians way back in the days, like Santa Claus got one Santa Claus coming down the chimney, and then people say, I don't even have a chimney, so how he's going to get in? So I don't know. and then you have the good one come down the chimney if you have one chimney, and then the bad one comes down and destroys everything. Almost sounds like BLM and Antifa. Oh man.
That's
Oh
right, gentlemen. We are under spiritual and physical attack, mainly spiritual right now, but of course, our cities are burning. America is under siege, and our own people in the halls of power are at odds with each other. So keep our leaders in prayer, folks, because, or at least in your positive thoughts, because there's some crazy times ahead, but we're going to make it through. It's going to be okay.
oh, definitely. Yeah. And let me think. I thought that uh, in thinking about like Christmas tree, do you remember like the first time you were able to like to decorate the tree,
It's one,
where your parents would trust you not to drop the balls? Because we used to have those little glass. No, I don't think they were glass. They were like kind of like, I don't know what kind of material, but they could break if they dropped.
oh yes, absolutely. I remember as a blind person, a blind kid growing up and things, it was a great honor to be able to be trusted with those fine glass balls and the stained glass ornaments and that kind of thing. And I remember the first time I broke one, I was so very sad, man. And my oh, it wasn't my mom. My mom wasn't so nice, but think it's my grandma or something like that. She just
Mm,
explained to me, hey, these things are breakable. It's okay. But, you just got to be careful and that kind of thing. Now, one thing I did like to do was we used to decorate the tree with popcorn. We would string it together on
mm.
a fishing line. And boy, I'd go up and I'd sneak off a little couple of kernels here and there, and I'd eat them and things like this.
Mm. Wow. Oh yeah. And let's see. So okay, so that's the first time the Christmas tree. And we used to have one of those silver Christmas trees. Uh, that comes out of the box is silver. And I heard those were pretty valuable, but we don't even have that one anymore. But I should have saved it, and I don't know, sell it for money. And then it would have these lights that had blue, red, orange, and I think yellow, and it would go and it would have a little light bulb. And so when it went around, it would, according to wherever the light bulb was, it would change colors on the tree. So,
That's fascinating. As a matter of fact, they've got those in holographic form now. You can buy them at your local Home Depot or other. Not trying to. Well, yeah, give Home Depot a free plug, but you can buy them at your local hardware store. We'll just leave it there. But
hmm.
that's really fun, man. Those are way fun, and people can see them from a long ways off. Those holographic
Oh yeah.
projection trees and that kind of thing. They're really cool.
Hmm. And let's see. I mean, I'm thinking like, what else was fun about? Oh, well, of course, the obvious. Uh, did you ever like write a letter to Santa Claus and then give it to your parents? And could you make sure this gets to Santa Claus? Could you mail it?
As a matter of fact, I wrote a couple of letters, and I remember the first letter I ever wrote. I wrote it in Braille, and I was so freaked out because I'm like, how's he going to read this? Maybe I'll get to read it to him. So what I did was there was this place called the North Pole. I don't even know if that's still open, but we went and we saw Santa Claus with his sleigh and everything, and got to hang out and sit on his lap, all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Back in the day, things were a lot more innocent and a lot less destructive to kids. You hear all these horror stories about all these bad Santas, but I had some really good experiences. But I remember one time I took this Braille letter and I went ahead and I went up to the North Pole and we visited with Santa Claus and got to see the reindeer. I even got to pet some reindeer. And I
Hmm.
started reading him this letter. And see, the year before, I had seen Santa Claus at a mall or something like this. And I was so sad when I went up to the North Pole because Santa Claus's voice was different. So I started I started reading him this letter. I was all excited and I was all happy. And then when he spoke and he says, "Oh, son, that's a really nice letter. And you're going to get everything you wanted for Christmas." I says, "Well, where's Santa Claus?" He says, "Well, I'm Santa Claus." And I says, "No, you're not. You're not Santa Claus at all."
Wow, because he's
He-
thinking like he probably looked like the Santa Claus, but he didn't sound like the other Santa Claus.
That's exactly right. So I was mad at him. I says, "You're not Santa Claus."
Oh man, yeah, man, that's fantastic.
That's the day
Uh,
Christmas died for me. No, I'm just kidding.
hmm. I
That's the day
remember,
Santa Claus died. What do you remember?
I remember. I think I used to do things to make my brothers and sisters laugh. So like I would, get this. It's almost like that comedian. It was a play like where they say, and slowly I turn and I step, and I would do this thing where like you say Christmas is coming, and I'll get my shoes and I would hit my head, like on top of my head with my shoes, like like I'm beating like my head is a drum. And I'm thinking like, wow, I don't know why I didn't knock myself out. I don't think they were. I think they were like tennis shoes or something like that. but it would make my brothers and sisters laugh and stuff like that. So I remember doing silly stuff like that just to get a laugh. You know,
That's absolutely awesome. So you've been a performer from way, way back then.
yeah. You know, it's like just doing crazy and funny things to make my brothers and sisters, you know, I don't know, laugh and my friends as well. So I don't know. And then let's see. I'm kind of think it was something else. Oh, I think it was one time we did the milk and cookie thing,
Oh man.
you know. So we said, well, here's okay. I said, Mom, here, I got some cookies, I got some milk for Santa Claus. And I think my mother, she probably said, you can't be this old and still thinking like you believe in Santa Claus. I
Right.
think she was, I get, because I thought about her voice.
Hmm.
So it's like, that is wow. But that is so wow. So I'm gonna think, what are the naive things that you do?
Well, I remember one time we did the milk and cookies thing, and I had gone up to go to bed because, of course, I wanted to be a good little boy and I wanted to make sure that I got my presents in the morning and things like this. But I wanted to stay awake long enough to hear the reindeer land on the roof of my house.
Huh,
And so I stayed up unbeknownst to my parents, and they're downstairs, and my dad is imbibing in some eggnog and or what have you. I don't know what he was drinking at the time, but and my mom says to my dad, she says, "Now you got to remember, he's going to come down and he's going to be looking for that plate of milk and cookies, and those need to be gone." And he's like, my dad says, "Oh, I can't eat those right now. I can't drink that milk. I've been drinking this other whatever it was that wouldn't mix well with whatever he was doing." So she said, "Well, just slip him in the trash. He'll never know. He's a blind guy." And so uh, I couldn't believe it, Johnny. I was like floored. I'm like, wait. So Santa Claus doesn't really eat the milk and the cookies, and my dad's going to eat the milk and the cook, but he doesn't want the milk and cookies. I'm confused. And so I kind of let it ride until the next Christmas. And, being a logical individual, being a kind of a brain, back in the day, I was really into school and this kind of thing. I started doing the mental calculations necessary to determine exactly how many milk and cookies old Santa Claus would have to eat on a once a year per basis. And then it was probably about the first time that I had ever heard of diabetes too. So I'm sitting there, and it's the next Christmas, and I says, "Mom, Santa Claus is going to get diabetes eating all these cookies." And so I started going into the statistical analysis about there are 3.4 or 4.3 billion people on the planet at the time, or something to that effect. And I says, now, even if he eats one cookie and has just a little tiny swallow of milk, he's going to get overloaded with all this milk and cookies. And she was trying to explain to me, no, he doesn't have to eat them all. He gives some to his elves. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was pretty fun. Ladies and gentlemen, you are joining us on innervisionfm.com. We're just regaling each other with a few holiday or Christmas memories, of our childhoods. It's quite fun growing up back in the 70s.
hmm. Yeah, the 70s were I see. By the time the 70s came around, let's see, I think I was a teenager. And did you see like how your taste changed because it went from like toys to clothes?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. For me,
remember I got this one outfit. It was like a red vest, red pants, probably looked like Santa Claus himself, kind of like a pink shirt and red shoes.
Huh.
and I wore that to school. And then the other kids started. They found the same outfit and they started wearing
Oh, that's hilarious,
the
John.
same clothes. So it was almost like I was a trendsetter at the age of like, I think I was 13 at the time. And
That's pretty good.
so that was pretty like wild that and then I remember I had an all green outfit as well. So I looked like the Jolly Green Lion. Not the lion, Jolly Green Giant. You know, I don't know if you've heard that, heard this commercial say, ho, 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 green giant. Right?
Yep, I remember. I remember.
Yeah. So that's wild. And then I had an all yellow outfit too with red shoes. So I don't know where I found these very colorful clothes.
Wow, you were hip and happening even back in the day. But let me tell you what.
Oh man. But so yeah, so it went from toys to like, and then you know when I was little, I always wanted to, I said when I get older and I can buy it, I'm gonna buy the biggest racing track I can get with those electrical racing tracks where the cars
Oh,
go
I
around.
remember. Yep, I remember.
And I never did. I never did. I never got around to that. And I often wonder like why didn't I ever buy that big racing track? And then they always say it was fun thing was turning off the lights and then watching it go around the track.
Oh yeah, because the glow in dark vehicles and everything
Right.
else. Boy, it
Right.
was a lot of fun. I got, man, those are some good memories, man. And another good memory are the electric trains, man. I got into the race cars as well, but my big thing was the electric trains. And if you got those running for too long, why they would overheat and you would get a smell out of them that, wow, man, even to this day, I can almost smell that when my best friend's kid is all, uh, he loves these electric trains and stuff. And so I
Oh,
can almost
I
smell
love
that.
the
Yep.
smell of them.
Oh
When
yeah.
you put the liquid stuff in the part that is choo choo.
Yeah. And it
I love that
smokes and
smell.
everything.
Yes.
It's awesome, man. I can almost smell that today.
Yes. That's well. Yeah. So that's what I remember about about those toys, like the smell of them and
Mhm.
and and just the I don't know if they make toys as fun as they used to. I mean, I haven't kept up with the day stores. I guess now it's mostly those video games, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet video games, virtual reality, uh, iPhones or iPad like devices, which pretty much enable kids to interact just
Be
like their parents'
virtual. Yeah.
smartphone, but with virtual reality technology. And it's kind of fun, I suppose, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
And I used to like to take the toys apart, especially like the electronic ones, to see how they work, and then put it back together.
I thought I was the only one that did
Yeah,
that. They used to call
yeah,
me Fingers Colvin back in the day. You see, I come from a biker family, so we don't have a very savory lifestyle, and we were in with we weren't in with the mafia or any of that, but I did get a name, and they called me Fingers Colvin because what I would do is I would pull everything apart, see how it worked, and then I'd put it back together. And well, if there were a few missing parts, there were a few missing parts. Boy, it's just, and half the time I'd have the toys broken in the first 10 minutes, not because I was destructive, but more I just wanted to see how they worked.
hmm.
And then once I got them apart, I couldn't get them back together the right way.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that can be a problem if you can't put it back together.
Ah, Man, I love this holiday season, man. I'll always think of it as the Christmas season, but I like, well, because we are in the politically correct age, want to be inclusive for everybody. I do respect everybody's personal belief as to what they were, but I remember the first time back in 1977 when people were running around going Merry Xmas. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey teacher, what is Xmas? And she tried to explain to me back then in 1977 that it was a nice way to say Merry Christmas without offending anybody. And I said, well, how can you offend anybody? It's Christmas.
Yeah.
I understand now. I definitely understand now, especially with the, well, for lack of better terminology, Johnny, the wholesale destruction of Christmas, the
Yeah.
wholesale burying of
Mm.
what the meaning of the season is all about, and the wholesale takeover of commercialism, and have to buy that bigger and better gift. And it doesn't matter how many thousands of dollars you go into debt to do it. People will every year max out their credit cards just to make their families and their friends happy. And then they spend probably a good 4 or 5, 6 months recouping the losses that
Yeah.
they created trying to get the gifts for all their folks.
Yeah, this is for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of this. It's just a little Christmas talk and reminiscing, and hit the thumbs up and share, and give us some feedback on the shows. And of course, yesterday was giving day, Tuesday giving, and that is still open. So paypal.me/Innervision Denver. So we're going to see, and tomorrow night is going to be a very special show because Alan's going to be interviewing this we're going to be interviewing and listen to the music of a very special band. And
they're called Drifter, and we're going to be playing right out of Berthoud, Colorado at the Cornerstone Cafe.
So this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun tonight. So we want you to come back tomorrow night and join us and have some questions for the band, and of course plan on sharing it and tell your friends.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you, Johnny, and thanks.
All right. See you guys later.